guys, welcome back to the Rabbit Homestead. Today we are going to do some wood cleanup. So we're just cleaning up the property, making it look nice for the summer months. We have a whole carport full of wood that we brought in the fall, last fall, and we didn't burn through any of it. We've been burning through all this wood back here, and as you can see, it's a bit of a mess. Most of the stacks fell over throughout the winter. We got all of our wood that we needed this winter from these stacks and stacks underneath the porch, but we didn't burn through it all, which we usually do. But we've just accumulated so much wood that we're pretty set for a while. So we're going to restack all of this. Instead of doing the ends like we usually do, I've been doing ends for a long time and I still struggle getting the ends right, which is one of the reasons why the stacks fell over. So my husband came up with a solution, and we're gonna pound stakes into the ground. And he actually made a post pounder from scratch, welded it up, and it turned out very nice. So we're looking forward to using that. But yeah, so my son and I are gonna move a ton of wood to make room to pound these stakes into the ground and stack up the wood really nice, and it'll also make more room back here so we can stack more wood back here as we harvest. So here's our big mess. All right, so we were out here stacking wood, pounding our stakes into the ground, and we hit a propane line. You can see our huge propane tank back here, which, by the way, we barely ever use. The only thing that our propane tank is hooked up to is our gas stove, and that's the only thing we use it for. Our hot water heater, he switched it from propane to electric, and we don't use the heat. It's actually not even working. So the only way that we heat our house is with wood. So we use the resources from our property, and that's what we use. So we did know that it was a possibility of hitting the propane line. Our propane tank is right there, and then it comes straight up the hill to our house. Now, before we started putting stakes in the ground, I went down there, I looked to see what direction the propane line was going up towards the house to kind of gauge where it was at. But there's a little hill going up to the house, and there's a lot of big rocks in the ground on that hill. So the propane line kind of weaves around rocks, so it's very difficult to gauge where the propane line was. So we knew it was a risk putting these posts into the ground and that it was a possibility that we would hit it. And of course, we did end up hitting the line. So Alex has to do a patch and repair that. We got to dig it up, do the repair, and then keep moving along with stacking our wood. So a little delay, but we're gonna get it taken care of.
There's where I punctured it, right there. Stop.
So there's some rocks in here. Oh. All good.
So I ended up making another one of these tools to pound the post into the ground. Here's the first one I made. I don't really like it. This is a traditional style tool. I don't really like it because as you're using it, it gives you really bad blisters on your hands. And if you use any kind of glove at all, rubber, leather, your hands end up sliding down these handles and your pinkies end up getting smashed at the bottom of the handle, and it feels like you're gonna break your pinky. It really hurts. So I ended up using it like this, and so then I thought, well, why not just make one with two handles sticking off to the side? So I did, and I didn't want to just use a rod this size because you know, as you're using it, eventually they would get bent down, so I wanted to use something thick. I used a 1-inch bolt, but I didn't want to just weld the bolt directly to this tube, because I wanted something thicker so this didn't get bent down. So I welded the nut. It didn't occur to me till after. I could have just welded it on this way, but I got the nut welded on, and this will thread into the nut, and this will work just fine. I didn't paint this nut because it already has some kind of a clear coat on it, and it looks pretty nice, so I just left it. But it's the same size, only it's got these handles here to be used like this. So this one shouldn't give you bad blisters. This one gives you bad blisters, and you feel like you're gonna break your pinky using it. So I'll probably give this one to a family member I don't like, and I'll keep using this one. I think this one will work really well.